Good morning, everybody. This is Ma Barker coming at you from the greater Seattle area. It is Sunday, November 20th, 2016, and my surgery date was this past Tuesday, November 8th. My pre-surgical weight was 301, and then I had my post-op appointment a little early because my 2-week post-op fell on Thanksgiving week, and it had been scheduled for Thanksgiving Day, so they did it a week early. So after 9 days, my post-op appointment showed that I was down 10 pounds. I'm now at 291, and I feel great. And I was really thrilled to see down 10 pounds in 9 days. I feel great. My clothes are fitting much, much better. Still not ready to buy any new clothes yet because the clothes I were wearing pre-op, I was busting out at the seams. So it'll take a month or two before they are even start hanging on my body. So I've got a ways to grow into my clothes that I already have by losing weight. I hope that made sense. But anyway, the reason I'm making this video today is I wanted to chat to you about things you will discover about yourself along the way. At least I discovered something yesterday that was a revelation to me. And you know, I used to say before surgery, I'd say, man, I need a vacation from work. I could take a vacation for 6 months, not do anything but sit on my couch and watch TV for 6 months. Now, whenever I said that, it made me, in my mind, it sounded like I'm just, fat and lazy. Well, the fact is, I knew I wasn't lazy because I worked between 50 and 60 hours a week at my job. And so maybe I was just tired and exhausted and my body needed a break for that length of time. But what I discovered yesterday, which really opened my eyes, was I started eating real food a little early. I know I was supposed to wait until my 2-week mark, but I didn't. But for the next 3 weeks, our doctor wants us on foods, soft foods. That means I can eat vegetables, which I love vegetables, but they just have to be boiled or cooked in some way to mush. So I started with cauliflower, and I cooked some cauliflower, and that was real easy to mash up with a fork. I added just a little bit of butter, some salt and pepper, and oh my gosh, I thought I had died and gone to heaven. It tasted so good. Of course, I couldn't eat, but a couple of florets. It's not like I could sit down and eat the whole head of cauliflower like I used to. So then later yesterday afternoon, I was hungry, and so I cooked up I boiled them, 4 frozen Brussels sprouts. And I put just 3 or 4 little tiny florets of cauliflower in it. When I boiled it up, boiled it a long time, got them good and soft. They were so soft that when I ate them, they would practically melt in my mouth. There were no chunks or anything in it. They were very, very soft. That with a little bit of salt and pepper, oh my goodness, it was great. Then I was sitting on my couch, just like what I'm doing right now, watching TV. And I have some small projects around me, craft projects that I've decided to spend my time on. And I didn't have the supplies that I needed. I needed some varnish remover, and I didn't have the supplies that I needed. So I decided I was hungry. And I got up, and I got another 4 Brussels sprouts, cooked them up, ate them very, 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 very slowly. Now my stomach's feeling full, and I am full. So I pushed the bowl away, and I didn't want to eat anymore. I ate like 2.5 Brussels sprouts, and I just didn't want to eat anymore. I pushed the bowl away, and I sat and I watched TV. I didn't go swimming yesterday like I had said I had wanted to do every day now for the rest of my recovery time. So I sat and I thought, I'm tired. So I took a nap. I woke up. I was still tired, but I wanted something to do. It was cold and rainy yesterday out, and I didn't want to go outside and go for a walk. I just felt too tired to get up. I just didn't have the motivation to get up and go swimming yesterday, even though I had all my swimsuit and everything packed and ready to go. I didn't feel like doing that. So I sat on the couch. And what happened was very curious to me. I started eating. and I ate, and I ate, and I ate until I was over full. I didn't get sick, but my stomach hurt, and then I was freaked out because what if I rip open my stitches? What if, I did some damage to the healing along the way? What if, what if, what if? And it was really bugging me because I didn't want to get up and do anything. So I thought, well, maybe I'll just have to face the truth that I really am lazy. And I thought that through because I knew it wasn't true, but I couldn't think of any other reason for me not getting up and doing anything. And why I have been living like this for literally almost 4 decades. And I've just finally uncovered the truth about myself. There's a verse in Scripture says that the truth shall set you free. Know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. Well, it's not the truth about everybody else that will set you free. It's the truth about yourself that will set you free. And what I discovered was I might be a little hyperactive, even though I can sit and do nothing. I've always said I can sit for hours and hours and do absolutely nothing, but I wasn't doing nothing. I was eating. And that was something. And I wasn't eating because I was happy or because I was sad or because I was lonely or because I was excited or because I was depressed or even because I was bored. I was eating because it gave me something to do. Not because I was hungry, but because it gave me something to do. See, what I discovered was as long as I had these little craft projects and reclaim projects and upcycle projects I do, and I sit them on a table. I have a workstation right next to my couch, and I sit them next to my workstation. As long as I was keeping my hands busy, didn't matter what I was doing, didn't matter what project I was working on, I didn't eat. And what I discovered was I'm not eating because I'm hungry or bored. I'm eating because I need to be doing something, and eating is doing something. So now I learned yesterday, and this was a big deal for me to finally understand this. Unfortunately, like Dr. Phil says, sometimes we start one behavior for one reason, and then we continue on in it for a different reason. Well, I started needing things to do when I was about 24, 25 years old. And so I started eating. And then I just started eating. And then I got so fat, and my weight and my body size was so cumbersome that I couldn't get out anymore. I wouldn't push myself anymore to walk instead of eat, or to play softball or basketball or play with my kids, or take a dance class or a jiu-jitsu class or go to the gym, because my weight now had become so cumbersome that it was too hard to get up and move around. That went on for decades, and I just kept eating to give myself something to do. And the more I ate and the less physical things I did, the more weight I put on, to the point that it blew me up to 328 pounds. My knees hurt, my hips hurt, and now I've eaten myself into a position where I can't do anything even if I wanted to because there's too much pain. Well, thankfully, this surgery is going to change all that. And thankfully, I now understand the truth behind why I ate so much. It wasn't because I was an emotional eater. It wasn't because I was bored. It wasn't because it's because I needed something to do. And I chose that to be the thing to do, unfortunately. But, not so unfortunately, it has opened up a whole new world of great experiences for me. So now that I know that, I'm going to the store today because I'm surrounded by so many projects that I bought and have continued to purchase during the pre-op and the post-op phase. And one of the reasons why I sat and ate yesterday is because I ran out of supplies. I've got a little workstation set up here by my couch. So even though it's still hard to get up and walk, and I am going to assume, and assume correctly, I'm sure, that once the weight starts coming off, the more and more weight I lose, the less and less it'll hurt, and the less and less I will spend on my couch, because I won't have, 300 pounds to carry around. I told my PCP once, I said, I live right across the street from a school. The track is sitting, I can see it from my living room window. And I know I should get up and just walk once around the track. It would take 6 minutes. I said, but I just can't push myself to get up. And he said something to me, and I really appreciate my doctor's wisdom. He didn't chastise me for not walking. What he said was, it's hard to get up and move 300 pounds around a track. And it was, and it is. That's not an excuse. That's an explanation. It is hard to get up and move 300 pounds anywhere. So I really appreciated his insight on that. So now I know as I start dropping more and more weight, it won't be as difficult or as painful for my knees to get up and move 300 pounds around the track, because I'll no longer be moving 300. I'll only be moving 290 or 280 or 250. And the more I lose, the more I'll move, which I think our diet world has it the wrong way. They say the more you move, the more you'll lose. Well, do whatever works best for you. What works best for me is losing the weight so that I can get up and move more without the pain and without the drudgery of trying to move 300 pounds around a track. So today I'm off. I'm going swimming. I've got my fat old woman style swimming suit on. I'm going to go to the gym. Going to go swim a few laps because I can. Even though it's hard to move 300 pounds around a track, it is not as difficult to move 300 pounds through the water. So I'm going swimming today, and after that I'm going to stop off at trusty old Walmart and pick up some more upcycling supplies. I need some wood veneer or varnish remover so I can come home, have a tasty soup for lunch, and then sit on my trusty old couch, watch TV, and continue to do something and have something to do, which I'm going to strip some furniture. So, until next time, I hope you guys got something out of this. Figure things out. Do what's best for you. Try to understand why you're at where you're at or what's really going on in your life. Because, as he says, the truth shall set you free. This is Ma Barker saying have a great week. Enjoy your life. Don't sweat the small stuff. Bye-bye.